Hey everyone, here is a quick video on how to get to and then unlock Korok Forest in Tears of the Kingdom. You may want to do this to get more shrines, to progress the main story, or even to upgrade your inventory more with Hestu. Doing this will also unlock the very first memory, chronologically speaking, so I recommend doing it very early in the game if you want to experience the story linearly. First off, before going in, I would recommend you to have at least 10 to 15 bomb flowers. You can get bomb flowers from these types of trees in the depths. If possible, some type of attack up buff would also be ideal. You will also need some decently powered weapons and bows. The save I'm playing on is extremely early game, but I do have powerful gear because I beelined to Hyrule Castle right after the tutorial. If you're struggling to get weapons like this, I recommend checking out my guide on how to get OP quickly in early game. Finally, it'd be very good to have some rocket shields on hand for the final section of this guide. To start, you will need to make it to the small malice hole that is right outside of Korok Forest. This is the quickest and easiest way to get here, as it drops right down onto the path that leads below the Korok village. Once you jump down here, slowly descend until the area title shows up. At first you will quite literally see nothing, because you're looking at a rock wall that blocks the view of the area. Keep dropping down slowly until you can see one or two light routes in the distance. Your destination is the light route that is to the left of the one you will see first, and it is behind a sort of tower structure. I recommend dropping a glider and jumping on it to cross as much of the forest below as possible before continuing on foot. You can check my tutorial on how to do this in my video about all the things I wish I knew before playing. Once you reach the ground, try to stick to the treetops as much as you possibly can. This area spawns a couple of this game's equivalent of guardians, and they are absolutely terrifying. They will spawn out of the gloom that is on the ground, so sticking to the treetops keeps you as safe as possible. If you stick close to the route that I took, you should be safe. They don't spawn close to the temple, only in between the thicker parts of the woods. I recommend activating the light route once you get there to be able to come back here later. Once you've done that, ascend through the stone pillar structure. You will now ascend roughly 500 meters upwards right into the middle of Korok Forest. Now that you made it this far, I would urge you to pause this video and explore the next few steps yourself. This next part is a guide in case you struggle with the objectives of this area. Alright, let's continue. If you're still here, I imagine that you had some trouble with the encounter below the Deku Tree. My biggest tip would be to make sure that you bring enough rocket shields, a powerful bow, and 10 to 15 bomb arrows like I mentioned previously. Jump down into the Deku Tree chasm and make sure to land on the small plateau above the arena. Save here so that you can easily retry if things go wrong. Equip your best gear and throw some bright blooms down so that you can actually see your environment. Now jump down, let the hands aggro on you and shoot bomb arrows in the middle of them. If you do this correctly, you should be able to stun lock them and kill them pretty easily, because they are quite weak to fire. Once they're dead, Phantom Ganon will spawn. Be careful of the gloom that spreads below his feet. He attacks slow, but you will need to get used to the timing of his attacks to flurry rush them correctly, as there is a bit of a delay before his hits compared to most other enemies. He only does 3 types of attacks: a horizontal slash, a vertical slash, or a spin attack. He may also do either of the slashes after a short dash. For the horizontal slash, dodge backwards, and for the vertical slash, dodge to the left or to the right. From what I've seen, it's quite hard to flurry rush a spin attack, so I would advise against it. If you're struggling, you can also use your rocket shields to get easy headshots. You can also parry his attacks, but it's a bit higher risk than flurry rushing as you may time it too early or too late and get hit. Once you finish this fight, the Deku Tree will be restored and you can speak to him to get the first memory. You will also unlock Hestu in the forest, and he won't move again, so you won't have to go searching for him anymore. If you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate a like, and if you feel like it, a sub would be even more amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.